Welcome back to the 2D wireframe designing session. So in this video I'm gonna to show you that how we can do wireframe designing in 2D. So in this session I will teach you basic points, line commands, circle and arc commands, rectangle commands, create letter, bounding box, modify commands, trim break and extend, create fillet and chamfer, offset, break circle and close circle, assignment and practical. So we will start from the basic, and after these basic things I will show you that how we can design this drawing from scratch. So we will cover this also in the last. Before this we will start from the basic tab. So as you can see, this is the point tab. We are going to cover wireframe tab. So first option is points, second option is lines command, third option is arc command, spline command, shapes command, curves command, and then modify command. So we will start from point command. Suppose you have to create a point and xy coordinate will be x minus 50 and y plus 50. So now you have to type the xy coordinate. So I will type x 50 comma minus 50, y minus 50, and then enter. So as you can see, this is the point which has been done on x minus 50 and y x 50 and y minus 50. So you can create points by using coordinates commands, and after that you can create bold circle. Suppose you have to create PCD. So how you can create that? So first option is full circle. So here you have to define that how many circles you need on that PCD. Suppose you need 10 circles. So I will just type 10 circles, and then we have to define PCD diameter. So I will type 100 PCD diameter, and after that you can give the start angle whatever you need, 45 degree, 90 degree. So you can type the start angle here, and after that you can change the arc diameter. So this is the arc. So if you want to customize the circle diameters, so you can customize that from here. Suppose you need 20 mm. So I will click here 20 mm of this arc diameter, and after that if you need reference circle, so you can click here reference circle. This is the reference circle, and the same thing you need in fourth axis. If you want to wrap that PCD on a cylinder, so easily you can wrap that. You have to simply click here rotary axis, and you can define the axis x, y or z axis. So I will click x axis, and if you don't need, then you can turn off this option and then say okay. So you can see we have drawn the PCD. Okay, fine. So the next command is lines command. So if you have to create a line, so simply click on line endpoints, and here you can define the which method you have to use: two endpoints, mid endpoints, multi-line. You can define the free form, horizontal, vertical, tangent. So all the things are available here. So now we are going to create in free form, and we will use two endpoints. So simply you have to define the length, but before that we have to specify the first point. So from here to here, and now we will give the distance, we will give the length of this entity. So we need suppose 100 mm. Okay, fine. So this is the 100 mm length of this line, and if you need any angle, so you can define here. Suppose you need 45 degree, so you can type the degrees. So as you can see, you can easily create the lines. If you need midpoints, so simply you can click midpoints, and you can see if you click here, it will create lines from both sides. And you can give the distance also, suppose 200 mm, so 100 will be left and 100 will be right. Okay, so in the line command also you will get a tangent command, which is very useful. So I will show you that how is it useful. Suppose I have created two circles, and simply suppose you have to tangent these both circles from the higher point. So simply you have to click line endpoints, and you can say tangent and two endpoints. So I will click this circle first, and then I will click this circle first. So you can see how easily automatically this line and the both circle has been tangent. Okay, first I will rotate it here, I will click this. Okay, fine. So this is also has been tangent. Okay, suppose now we have to trim these all areas. So in the same wireframe tab command, you have to go here, divide command. So simply you have to drag and drop it. So first you have to check the Z offset should be same. Okay, fine. I will delete this line and I will try it again. So I will click here. Okay, I think there is some problem. We will check it. So we will try this one. Okay, this one is gone perfect. Okay, we will check it again. So if it is giving any error, then we will use trim entities command. So we will use trim one entity, this circle trim with this entity, and this circle trim with this entity. So you can delete that. Okay, so the next command is line parallel. Suppose you have to create parallel lines. You have to create parallel line with this line. So simply we have to click this line, and you can see we can define the offset distance 5 mm this side and this side 5 mm. Okay, fine. And the next command is line perpendicular. Suppose you have to create a perpendicular line from this point. So you can give the length. Suppose you need 50 mm. Okay, and the next command is line closest. Suppose you have to close these both lines from any point. So you can see one side has been closed automatically. Okay, that's great. So the next command is arc command. So here you can create the circle center point. So I will click here, enter the center point. So I will click here, and here you can define the diameter. Suppose you need 50 mm. Okay, fantastic. And the next one is arc 3 points. Suppose you have to create a circle from 3 points, first, second and the third. So you can create arc by using arc 3 points. Okay, so the next command is arc tangent. So I will create a rectangle. So this is the rectangle, and now we will tangent with these 3 lines, arc tangent. So there is some methods available. We will click arc 3 entities, and we will tangent it with these 3 lines, first, second and third. Okay, all right. I will click here divide. I will divide these all areas. Okay, perfect. So the next command is arc circle edge point. So suppose you have to create a circle from 2 points, from this point to this point. So simply you can create that. Okay, so the next command is rectangle command. Suppose you have to create a rectangle like this. You can select anchor to center, so you can draw this rectangle from the center, and simply you can define the width, suppose 600 mm in the width and 300 mm in the height. Fantastic. Okay, so the next command is create letters. Suppose you have to create a letter for engraving purpose or embossing purpose, so you can create that. I will click here Mastercam, I will type the Mastercam, and simply you can select the font which one you need. So I'm going to select Old English, and I will give the height. So this is the height. So this is Old English font, so I'm going to change it. I will click here switch, and I will deselect the base point. I will select here. Fantastic. So easily we can create the letters for engraving purpose or emboss purpose. So the next command is bounding box. So what is the use of bounding box? Bounding box is actually very useful in Mastercam 2021. So simply you can click here bounding box, select the drawing which you want to do machining, or you have to check the size of this letter. So you can see X is 500 and Y is 51 mm. So very easily you can check the dimension, and also you can create the WCS, workpiece coordinate system. You can create your origin here. You can create the origin here. So simply you can see there is option for origin. So I will click top because this is 2D drawing. So normally it will be top, and you can go to the advanced tab and you can click here create tool plan, active these all three options, and you give the name. So you can say new second work plan, WCS. Okay, so as you can see, very easily we have created a new WCS right here. Now you can use this WCS for drawing purpose or machining purpose. You can utilize this WCS in both options. Okay, fantastic. So the next command, these all are the lathe command I will teach you later. So the next command is curve. So this curve option you can utilize if you have a 3D model. So I will create a simple solid block. I will click here chain. Okay, I will give the side, bottom side. Okay, so as you can see, this is the solid model, and I will go to the home tab, and I will say height. So this is the solid model. So I will deactivate this work plane because it is disturbing me. So I will go to the plan tab and I will deactivate the top one. So you can see this one is the new one. So I had turned off it and I have activated top plane. Okay, it's fine. So now I will go to the wireframe tab again and I will click here curves. So suppose we have to create some curves from this edge. So I will click here curve one edge. So easily you can see we can create the curves by using curve one edge option. I will change the color. Okay, good. So suppose you need curves on all these faces. So you can click here curve all edge, select the face and then end selection. So as you can see, very easily we can create the curves from the selected face. So it's very easy. You can utilize this curve if you have to create one more solid or anything whatever you need, you can utilize that. So the next option you will get trim break extend. So first I will show you trim entities. So first I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay, so trim entities. So first I will click trim and trim one entities. So suppose you have to trim these lines from this point. So I will click first this line, which area you have to keep. First select that area. So we have to keep this area, so I have selected that first, and then select the second area from where you want to trim it. So I will click the intersection point at here. So as you can see, this line has been trimmed on this intersection point. Okay, great. So the next option is trim two entities. Suppose you have to trim two entities in one time. So as you can see, suppose you have to trim these both lines from this intersection. So I will click first this area because we have to keep this one, and then this one. So as you can see, these all dotted lines is gonna to be deleted. So I will click here. So this both line has been trimmed. Okay, so after this I will show you trim three entities. So I will create one more example curve. So trim three entities, trim three entities. Okay, so first this one, and now this one. So as you can see, these all dotted lines is going to be deleted. So I will click here. So simply you can utilize trim options, trim 1, 2 and 3 entities. Okay, so after this I will teach you that how we can use break two pieces of some. Suppose you have to break this line from this point, so you can easily click here and you can see the both line has been break at this point. Okay, so after that I will teach you how we can join entities. Divide entity is for only delete, and join entity, suppose this one recently we break at this point, so we have to join these both lines. So I will click first one this one, and then second this one, and then end selection, and then OK. So as you can see, this line has been joined in a single piece. Okay, so after that I will teach you that how we can use modify length. So suppose you have to extend the line. So in Mastercam 2021 and 2020 this language has been changed. So now extend means lengthen. So suppose you have to extend 5 mm, I will click 50 mm. Okay, so you can see this line has been extended 50 mm. And the next one is shorten. Suppose you have to sort it. Suppose you have to sort this line 50 mm. So I will click here. So easily you can shorten it. You can make it short by using shorten and lengthen option. So this is also very useful. So the next command I will teach you is fillet entities. So how we can use fillet commands. So suppose you have to create fillets on this area. So I will click first this one and then this one. So whatever fillet you need you can define here. Suppose 10 mm. So you can select here 10 mm. Okay. So sometime we have to create a fillet on these corners in one time. So that also can be done. So I will create a rectangle, and now we will create fillet on the all four corners. So I'm gonna to click here. So as you can see, there is two options available. So first one is fillet entities and the second one is fillet chain. So I will click here fillet chain, and I will select this chain and then say OK. So as you can see, we can give the radius value, which a radius value we need. Suppose 10 mm. So I will click here. So as you can see, the radius has been turned. And suppose you need inverse circle, so you can click here inverse. If you need circle, you can click here circle. And if you need clearance, so simply you can create the clearance at here. So normally we need a fillet, so we will click here normal fillet. Okay, fine. So the next command is chamfer command. Chamfer entities means you can create chamfers with the two lines. You can't create in one shot. So if you have to create in one shot, then simply you have to follow the same as previous chamfer chains, this area, and then okay. So you can give the chamfer value here. So suppose 5 mm. Okay, I will click here 5 mm and done. Okay, so the next very useful command is offset command. So suppose you have to offset, I will click here undo. So now we will offset it. Offset this line, suppose we have to offset from here to here and radius, and we will give 10 mm of value from here to here. Okay, and after that suppose you have to offset it from all over area. Okay, and then okay, so I will give the radius value, suppose 5 mm. You can change the direction opposite side, and also you can give the numbers, how many numbers you need, how many offset number you need. You can type here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you need you can select here. And you can say move, join, slot. So you can select here copy. And suppose you need these corners, you need fillet on these corners, so you can click here modify fillet corners. So simply it will create a radius on all the edges. If you don't need, you can turn off it here. Okay, fine. So the next option I'm going to tell you is how we can break the circles. So there is an option for break circle. I will click this circle and then I will say end selection. So here you can define the desired number of arcs. So suppose you need 4 number of arcs. So I will click here. So easily you can divide it in 4 times. And after that, suppose you have a partial circle and suppose you have to close it. So simply you can click here close arc, this arc, and then end selection. So easily you can close it. Okay, so these all are the wireframe basic. So after this, in the next video I will teach you that how we can design this drawing from scratch.